Talking first about ItaLtile. Now, this is the largest listed retailer of ceramic tiles, sanitaryware, bathroom accessories. Through its ItaLtile CTM, that's the one they always marketed as Carlo, Tito, Mario, and TopT outlets, 3 different points at that level. Founded by the Ravazotti family, it was listed in 1988 and recently bought out the minorities in its associated manufacturing company, Ceramic. So now, in effect, ItaLtile, Ceramic, all one thing in together. Market cap of 5.7 billion rand. There you can see the sizable sort of operation. Price to earnings ratio of 13, dividend yield of 2.3%. Yeah, I mean, this one is well positioned. They were right in the sweet spot when the move in sort of middle income housing was away from carpeting towards tiles. I mean, I remember those days. Tiles, nobody ever had tiles, and suddenly everybody wanted tiles. And the more money you had, the better quality of finish. They were imported from Italy or the local stuff that was made here. This company, well established, the Ravazotti family's got its hands all over it. The manufacturing side of the business not doing quite as well, but what's your sense of where they sit and how they look?
Well, first of all, on the product side, the ceramics, the bathroom fittings, all these, I think that there was another slight broadening of the original tile product, and that was good. I think also they had a bit of a management, in fact a severe management setback, a tragic air crash, and I think the top 10 or 8 or 10 of their management all perished. This was a big blow to the company, but the strategy.
The founder of the business, Gianni Ravazotti, I think, I'm not quite sure of the correct name, but you're right, his son, who was the heir apparent, and some of the management elite died in a crash a couple of years ago when a small aircraft went down into the ocean just around the Plettenberg Bay. But I see now the old man stepped back into the business. So for the moment anyway, the ship has been steadied. But it does raise questions about management succession.
Yes. But I do think that the way they're consolidating the business, I think that's a good sign. They're sticking to their knitting. They're doing what they know best. They're not getting diverted into other areas which they may not have the same experience. So I would say, yes, the share price is still relatively high, but I think justifiably so.
Now, they also have an Australian manufacturing business, which I gather hasn't done all that well. That's called Centaurus or something like that. Just talking about companies like this, in a market like this, far away from its points of supply. I mean, you do have this toss-up, don't you? Where you've got to decide, do I manufacture a toilet bowl here in this country, or do I bring one in from Brazil or from India or from China? And if the currency is moving around from 6 to the dollar to 9 to the dollar, you've got trouble there, right?
Yes, absolutely. And as you said, the move into Australia, I think now with management perhaps being more stretched than it had been when they started, that may just be a bit of a difficult challenge. I don't favour that.
Yeah. Let's talk about shareholder issues here, because you've got a family here. The family holding company is called Rallin, I think it is. If you look at it, the shareholder list of this thing, you see Rallin with its 55% stake or something. Then you've got 1 or 2 institutions like a Coronation or a PIC or something. You add that lot up, you're talking about sort of 70% of the shares held tightly. The traded liquidity of the stock has always been a bit iffy. So that's a net negative, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think to get a broadly diversified new shareholder group in there would be quite difficult. And I think that is quite a big negative.
Okay, so because they've got these different business units, I'm assuming that you'll probably find, if you look under the hood, that ItaLtile's probably doing all right, CTM's doing okay, TopT's probably battling because of this perceived tough times in the lower end of the market. Where are you leaning to on this one?
No.
Hot, not?
No, not, I'm afraid. No.
Okay, so
it may only be autumn, not hot, not cold, but no, stay out.
Okay, good. I'm going to go with not hot there as well for the similar reasons. Let's move